Hi everybody, welcome to week 4 of your health assessment course. Good to see you again. All right, so I don't know about you, but for me, week 3 just flew by, especially with that holiday in there. So I hope you did have some time to look at the feedback that I gave on your week 2 paper before you had to turn in your week 3 one. Hopefully you didn't have any questions. I didn't get any emails about that, about questions about the feedback. I'm really looking forward to reading what you're writing about your critique of your physical exam experience. So I'll be interested in reading those. That will be my weekend reading. A little bit of sad news. Misty, who is another student in our course, some things came up for her, and unfortunately she had to withdraw from the course. So that's kind of a bummer. And then there were 3, okay? But we're going to make it. We're going to make it 3 strong. So in looking at both of the CLC assignments, I think a 3-person CLC will be just fine. I've done that plenty of time in courses, and it's worked out okay. So you'll be good. All right, let's look at this week, which actually does have a CLC assignment. So our first discussion question deals with electronic medical records, right? And I'm not sure what your experience has been with electronic medical records. Do you love parts, hate parts, whatever? Early in my career, I was a NICU nurse, and I loved my huge tri-fold flow sheet. Anything you want to know about that preemie was on that piece of paper. But now I really can't imagine being a nurse and not having the electronic medical record and that information at my fingertips. So, but there are still some settings that do at least a portion of their charting on paper. So I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts about electronic medical records and being on that committee. So, by the way, you will be surprised once you graduate with your master's how many committees you get asked to join or projects you get asked to work on. It's interesting. Anyway, all right, DQ2. So that one brings us back to working with a nursing student, still talking about the charting realm. And I've taught many students about charting. And I've also served as a legal nurse consultant for a medical malpractice attorney. And so I'm anxious to hear how you will respond to this student when they make their statement about charting. So I think that'll be a good discussion for us. All right, finally, our CLC assignment for week 4. So I've seen, I think, 1 post so far in your group forum, so thanks for that. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more soon because you guys will want to get jumping on that one. So you'll be critiquing a health education source. So a brochure, information on a website, whatever. Providing something that's providing health education to the public. Okay? Now remember, critiquing is both strengths and weaknesses. So you'll really be critically evaluating that, that material. So of course, I need to be able to see what you're critiquing to know what you're talking about. So you can either attach the actual document if you have an electronic form. You can give me the website if it's an internet source. You can scan and upload a physical brochure, whatever that may be. You're going to be attaching that as an appendix. Okay, so again, we have 2 parts to this assignment. There's the actual narrative critique, the paper part of it, and then there's the letter that you're writing to whoever created that education material. So the material itself is going to be in Appendix A, even if it's just providing me with the website, and then the letter will be Appendix B, and we'll talk about formatting of that in just a minute. You can refer to those appendices then in your narrative part of your paper. So in the narrative, you'll be concentrating on several different areas. First is the accuracy of the information. Is the information that they're putting out to the public like the latest, most accurate information? And you're probably going to have at least 1 reference to back up why you think it is or is not accurate information. Then you'll be looking at the reading level. Now, in our study materials for this week, there's some sources about reading levels. And if you look closely in the rubric for the assignment, it also asks you to say what your rationale was for choosing the particular method that you used to determine the reading level. So take a close look at that rubric. Then you'll be looking at the presentation itself. Things like color, font, use of white space, graphics. Was it visually appealing? Did it draw you in? Was it cluttered and unappealing? Those sorts of things. And then how you believe the material influences the public. Do you think the tone is appropriate? Did it have its desired effect? When you read it, was it interesting? That's the thing I'm kind of looking for, the desired impact on the public, okay? So, formatting. You're going to have a title page, the body of the paper, the actual narrative, the reference page, and remember, the title page is a page to itself, the reference page is a page to itself, and then 2 appendices, which both start on a separate page. Appendix A will be the actual material that you reviewed. Appendix B will be the letter to the organization or individual that developed the education material, right? Okay. So all of you need to contribute to the writing. You can't have like one person do the research, one do the writing, one do the editing. Everybody has to contribute some writing to the document. There is no word count. So to give you a general idea, I expect the body of the paper to maybe be around 2 pages. There's not a ton to discuss. And the letter likely will fit on 1 page, maybe just a tad longer, but 1 page is fine. So this isn't a really long assignment, okay? Now, if you think about the point of critiquing the material is to prepare you for thinking about creating your own patient or public education materials, and to acquaint you with the different factors that you need to consider when you're developing those type of materials. And again, once you have your master's degree, you might get pulled in to work on education materials or be asked to participate in some way. Okay. If you happen to be looking forward to week 5, please note that we will use only the first paragraph and the ABG results from the attached case study to the assignment. Underneath the ABG results, there's a bunch of questions that are used in, I'm thinking a patho course. We're not going to be working with those questions. We're just going to be working with the paragraph and the ABG results. So if you're looking ahead, just want to let you know. I think that's it for this week. So as usual, please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the main forum.